Hey, what's going on everyone? This is Badass Reviewer here, and today I'll be taking a look at the Marvel Legends Infinite Series Spider-Man Legends, however you want to call it, Ben Reilly Spider-Man. So this is Hasbro's second attempt at making this version of Spider-Man, and they got it right this time because the last one was awful. I don't have that figure, but I don't care to have it because obviously this one is way superior in every way. Anyways, so pretty much this is just the, I guess the costume that Ben Reilly eventually takes on, or maybe this is another clone of Spider-Man. I'm not entirely sure. I thought it was Ben Reilly. I've never actually read the comics with Ben Reilly and all that, so that part I'm a little fuzzy on, and I haven't kind of wikied it to see, but it's a cool costume nonetheless. This is pretty much what the Ben Reilly wore in the Clone Saga, I believe, and then Spider-Man eventually came back, I guess, but this is what he ends up wearing, I guess. I don't know. I don't know much about the character just because I didn't really read the comics of that particular storyline, but I would assume that it was during the Clone Saga. Anyhow, as you can see, he's got the gauntlets on the outside. He's got the big old spider that takes up his back or the front and back of his upper body, which is really cool. The paint work on it seems to be pretty good for the most part. I don't really see anything that doesn't line up the way it should, except for kind of like right here. I don't know if this little arm is supposed to stretch out to be this big arm or not. See, at this point it seems like it's not lining up right, but I don't know, and it's kind of hard to tell with these butterfly joints sometimes because they kind of are wonky in a way. Not that they're a bad thing, but I don't know. It just seems like it makes the sculpt look a little bit off in a way. But for the most part, it looks pretty good. The head sculpt is pretty much just the Pizza Spider-Man sculpt. And the lines on it seem pretty good to me for the most part. Up until you get down to his leg area. I don't know if it's just the paint they're using or if it's because they're trying to paint over a dark blue, but this is the same kind of problem I had with my Pizza Spider-Man. It seems like it's really faded and the lines aren't coming out right, and then it just seems like it chips off really easily. And I don't know if it's because of their quality of paint or what it is, but it's not, I don't think it's good. Like this up here is fine because it's not really red paint, it's just red plastic. But I don't know, the rest of it seems like it's really clear and the blue's trying to come through, and you can tell because they've tried to put on some other coats of red, but I think they need to put on more, or maybe they could have molded this bottom half red and then painted the blue over it, because it seems like the dark blue would be easier to paint over red than red over dark blue, if that makes sense. So I think they could have done a little bit better on that. The feet are kind of the same way. It looks like they just painted it red over the dark blue. So I don't know. I think there's just ways of doing it, and Hasbro either doesn't know or they just don't care. It's one of those things, but overall, it's still a good looking figure. I'm sure everyone has problems with theirs, and some people might have really good versions of this guy. It's just kind of hit and miss, I guess, with quality control. His lower legs seem to be kind of loose too at the joints, so I don't know if that's going to be a problem later on. He does stand fine though, but you know, if you don't get him in a locked position, his leg will kind of buckle and fall over. But that's a very minor problem. Pretty much that's about it. He's got really no other shading going on. He's just got this dark blue. They always paint the stupid serial code on the back of their legs in the most obvious way, which is annoying. That you probably just have to paint over that, I guess. But for the most part, it's a pretty decent figure if you care to have this. I mean, we're probably going to get another 5 Spider-Man figures using the same mold before they do something, before they quit or something like that. So, I mean, he won't be the last one. But looking at accessories, he doesn't come with an interchangeable, or I'm sorry, he does. He does come with an interchangeable head. I was thinking the Pizza Spider-Man. I was thinking that maybe he had like a half folded up mask. But we'll get that to a second. He comes with 2 sets of web shooting hands. He comes with 2 fists. And then he comes with the 2 pizza holding, wall crawling hand poses. So that's very cool. And they're all painted with the little red fingers that are supposed to be red. So that's cool. But he does come with another set of hands and a interchangeable head if you want to display him as Spider-Carnage, which is pretty cool. Like I said, I never really read this series of comics just because I was, I was just born around this time when they came out, so I didn't really get to see it, and I haven't really done any research regarding the figure or the character itself and the whole Spider-Carnage thing. And I will mention while I have this off, you can take these the web shooters off if you want. I don't think he ever goes around without them on, but I just thought it'd be worth mentioning. Maybe if you want to use it for a custom or something, it's pretty easy to do that. But yeah, so you just pop on these little bad boys, and they're basically just reused parts from the Carnage figure that came out, and boom, you have Spider-Carnage, which is pretty cool. And like I said, it's pretty much just reused and repainted parts. Like the Carnage just has the webs painted on the back, which looks pretty cool. I actually like how he kind of looks, and I think if I can get a second one of these, I'll probably display him like this. But yeah, you also have that option. If you bought the case of 8, you actually get 2 of these guys, so it'd be a lot easier to do that, but I'll probably just try and find a second one on eBay and just kind of swap them out, which I'm sure will be pretty easy. But he looks pretty cool. I mean, it's pretty much just the same looking as the Carnage figure in terms of detail and paint, except for the fact that he's got the little webs there. So there's that. And it is kind of hard to get this head on, so you might be careful of that. Not that I think it would break, but it seemed kind of difficult to do so. Anyways, let's go over articulation. I'll just leave these heads on for the moment, just to not have to deal with it. The head is on a ball hinge and a swivel, so he looks all the way up, all the way down, rotates 360 degrees. He's got in and out at the shoulder, rotates 360 degrees. He's got the butterfly joint, so his shoulders can go forward and back. Bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, a hinge in the wrist as well as a swivel. He's got an ab crunch, which goes really far forward and a little bit back. Rotates at the waist. His legs can go forward, whoa, really high. He can pretty much do these crazy looking splits if you want him to. And then he goes out about that far, which I think is a little bit more than the other Spider-Man figures can. You can do a simple little mod to make them kind of go out farther by just kind of like shaving away some of the plastic there, and you can make his legs go out a little bit farther, but we won't get into that right now. He's got a upper thigh swivel, double jointed knees, a hinge in the foot, as well as an ankle pivot. So pretty much all the same articulation. Nothing's really changed, so you can get him in pretty much any pose you want. I think he's a pretty cool looking figure when he's like this, and even as the regular Ben Reilly, he's pretty neat. So anyways guys, that's my review. I hope you enjoyed. Stay tuned for more figure reviews coming out of this wave. I should already have Absorb-Man and Venom up, and the other ones are going to be coming shortly here after this one. So stay tuned for that. I'm also going to be doing the Captain America wave when that comes out. And I have some other figure reviews that are kind of late, but I might do them anyways. And then I'm getting into customizing. So if you guys would be interested in seeing some of my customs, that'd be cool too. They're not the best, but I'm kind of getting into it more, and I'm starting to get a little bit better at it. So that's just if you guys want to, but heck, I might just do it anyways whenever I get the time to. So anyways, thanks for watching guys. I'll talk to you later.